Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of The Buzz. I'm Todd Jaden. Kelly Polk is with me again this week. We are going to talk about core values. So we wrapped up our conversation on pay in the last couple of episodes of The Buzz. I guess this is an episode versus an issue. I was going to call it an issue.
No, we're far enough along.
This is video, so it's episodes.
Yeah, we made the big time, Todd.
Okay.
We're in the episodes.
All right, so we're going to talk about our core values.
Yeah.
And the first one we will talk about is obvious: safety first and always.
Right.
And there's a reason that it is our first core value. When you think about the industry we're in and the importance of that safety objective, it's why we'll talk about it first.
Yep.
So, provide your thoughts.
Yep, safety first and always. And we talk a lot about why safety is important. Certainly there are financial implications. It costs a lot of money to be unsafe. But Todd, when you have 80,000 pounds moving up and down the road, or if you have a fork truck moving around the warehouse, or if you have working on equipment in a shop, you could get your head wrapped around the fact that we are exposed to a lot of risks. And when people get hurt, we don't want that. We want an environment where folks feel good about the work that they're doing and doing it in a safe environment. So it clearly is an important topic. But you know what? When I talk with drivers and even associates that are working in the office environment, they think about safety and associate it with a truck moving up and down the road or a mechanic in the shop. But the people in billing, you and I, Snurgly, we all have an accountability to make sure that we create a safe work environment.
Yeah, it's interesting. 28 years ago when I started, we didn't have core values that were reduced to paper. So now when you look and we put them out, we publish them, we talk about them in what I would call a more formal manner. However, it was clear when I walked through the door 28 years ago how important safety was to this organization. It is something we live day in and day out, and you have to because of the number of trucks that we have on the road, because of the work that we do day in and day out. Just
Absolutely.
Very important.
And we've been the innovator in many respects. The industry has watched how we have kind of run our business and behaved in a way and conducted business that was consistent with not only our core value around safety, but how we think the industry should behave. I mean, recently we've had some conversations around our collision mitigation system, OnGuard, and some of those other technologies. That's just who we are. We're always looking for the best way to create an environment where our associates remain safe, and we are, obviously being concerned with our motoring public. So it's just who we are.
And we're fortunate because one of our regular guests on The Buzz, Don Osterberg, happens to be our safety leader, and he's one of the best in the industry, has a great team providing support to him and to the rest of the organization. Yeah. So something we can all be very proud of. And your driving record day in and day out is really what makes the difference from a safety perspective. So thank you for your contribution to safety on a daily basis.
You are the envy of the industry. I mean, Todd and I get an opportunity to interact with other carriers and talk with other drivers, and they always point to the work that you do. And they envy our training, they envy our technology, but they really do value and envy your capabilities. So again, thank you.
Yeah, and it makes us feel good to be a part of that success.
So that's our core value around safety. The idea is to kind of put a few stories together or just kind of talk about that, because it really is, it makes us who we are, and it causes us to behave in a certain way. So again, good topic.
Awesome. Yeah. So we'll stop there, and it means that the next episode we'll pick up with our next core value, which is integrity. So more to come on core values.
Yeah.
What else you got this week, Kel?
Got some recognition items to update on. For our Advantage Club drivers, we've done a lot of work to try to create opportunities to kind of demonstrate our recognition. And as you well know, we've done NASCAR races this year in Talladega, Pocono, Sonoma. And we've got a couple others on the docket for the rest of the year. We've got Charlotte coming up in the October timeframe. That'll be a nationwide race. That's one of the Saturday races, and we're going to tie that together with a couple of teams' garage areas. So we're going to have access to the team on the Friday before, and so more to come.
Good.
Perhaps a tour of the Freightliner facility in Cleveland, North Carolina. So with that coming, another Talladega race coming in October, and that'll be a Saturday and a Sunday event. We've got the darndest thing. We're all familiar with Goodyear, and we all kind of identify with the Goodyear blimp. Well, they are building this new airship. It's the new version of the Goodyear blimp, and we've got 20 seats, 20 tickets to go on a ride on the kind of the initial voyage of this daggum thing. And so we're going to be doing that probably in the August time frame. So we'll have 21 seats. We'll get a tour of the Goodyear plant in Akron, Ohio, along with their tech center and lunch catered by Goodyear. So that'll be kind of fun.
Wow, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't want to be on the first ride, but I'll go on the second ride. And we also have our Packer weekend, and we've secured our date. We'll see the Detroit. We'll see the Packers whip the Detroit Lions, and that'll be a lot of fun.
And that's a NFC North Division
Yeah.
rivalry that goes back, almost 100 years.
Yeah,
so,
no kidding. So a lot of fun.
Should be
so
fun.
Advantage Club drivers are certainly going to have a lot of opportunity, and hopefully it provides an interest for our other driver associates who have not quite reached that 5-year mark, because the 5-year mark gets you in the club. So we look forward to that.
Good.
Next year we're kind of looking at, all right, so what kind of events are we thinking about? And we've got our eye on Daytona, we've got our eye on Charlotte again, we've got our eye on Fontana and others, and so more to come. But it's been a lot of fun kind of pulling those events together.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Look forward to all of those activities and into next year. And again, that's recognition for the driver group, and kind of tie that right back into that safety thing
Absolutely.
that we started with. Those are exciting things to be a part of.
Sure, and we like doing them. The other thing I'd like to update the group on, a couple months ago now, we've talked about the awards jacket program and how that process was broken as a result of some of the transformation into our new technology, our new process. We have a summer intern that's working in associate relations over the next few months. Her name is Shannon Smith. Shannon, you may recall, filled in for Snurgley when she was out a couple weeks back. But Shannon has tore through this report and has been able to really get a lot of jacket orders out. And so just a few weeks ago, we were ordering June jackets. We are now ordering November jackets.
That was June of 2012.
12,
yes.
Exactly. So we're more than a year behind, and we have really closed the gap. And so I don't know if Shannon will see this video, but I think our driver associates should know that Shannon has really done some great work on your behalf to make sure that we're getting that awards
Good.
program. And then the new program actually kicked off the first part of the year, and so drivers who are eligible for a jacket or Schneider shirts or something that would be available as part of their milestone, you log into Crossroads, go to the company store, logo, if you will, or icon or link, and in the company store, you'll find a driver loyalty link. You could order your jackets and shirts and all those things through that vehicle. But we are very much getting caught up and feel real good about that. And I appreciate y'all's patience. I'll
Awesome.
go through that.
The next topic, so we'll kind of jump into a new topic, is the discussion boards. And so we've seen some recent traffic on there relative to the hours of service changes. And what's really rewarding is what we're seeing is that discussion board being used the way we kind of envisioned it when we put it together. So your comments on that, Kelly?
Yeah, no, exactly, Todd. The discussion board, we've kind of, I won't say we struggled, but to a certain degree, drivers would send questions and kind of expect a response. And the discussion board was really designed to be a forum for people to have an exchange, not necessarily be a Q&A. And the hours of service topic certainly is one that is relatively new, since it just kind of got it kicked off July 1st. But the discussion we're seeing between drivers is doing exactly what the discussion board was designed to do. So keep having those conversations. And I'm seeing a lot of drivers, not only on that subject, but other subjects, actually help each other with some of the questions they have.
So if you're watching this, I would encourage you, go out to the Crossroads discussion board and see what folks are saying about hours of service and some of the opportunities that are out there in regards to how to think about a new approach. So I think based on what I've seen, it'll be extremely helpful.
Yeah. We're toying with an idea too around what I'll call reaction to focused questions, and I'll kind of leave it at that. But the idea is, I know you have an appetite to get some answers to some very specific questions. Todd and I and Snerdley will help us kind of think through how do we enable that for you. So if you have a specific question, I could tell you perhaps we're not the best person to answer that question, but figuring out a way to kind of get answers and use the buzz as a vehicle. So more to come on that, but we know that that's something you're interested in, and we'll try to figure out a way to make that happen.
Okay.
Last item, Todd. Hey, we got some things going on next week that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, for those of you that are watching, I'd really like you to spread the word in this regard. So next week, Thursday, so July the 18th, Dave Nemo is going to do his radio show from Schneider National. So the 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. time slot will actually happen in a conference room here at our headquarters. I will be with Dave to kick it off at bright and early at 6 a.m. Steve Matthews, our Chief Administration Officer, will be with us as well. I know, Kelly, you've got a portion of time over the course of the 4 hours.
I've got my wardrobe already picked out.
Yeah, exactly. I've always said face for radio.
Yeah.
So, you'll hear a familiar voice. You won't necessarily see the face. But we're really excited to host that. Dave expressed an interest in coming to our facility to speak with us, and quite frankly, goes back to some of the things we talked about in regards to our safety value and our position in the industry. We are thought leaders on a number of various topics, and Dave's going to come and kind of pick our brains relative to how we think about this industry and what's going on. And so, in addition to just our drivers having an opportunity to listen in, there will be plenty of others, and we can share all the great things that are happening here at Schneider National, and we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so if you're a subscriber, tune in, and we will try not to embarrass you as best we can. So with that,
Take care and drive safe.
have a great week.